Okay, so starting off with the Anaheim Ducks. So so we're talking about like the 2019-2020 season, right? And I'm recording this on June 10th at the moment. So for Anaheim, they're definitely average rebuilder. I'd say mainly rebuilder. Like if we let's like I need to let's get the standings open. Yeah, so as you can see, as you guys can see, the Anaheim Ducks are a little bit out of a playoff spot. By a little bit. I mean, 5 points. See, the thing is, they wouldn't have made playoffs if it wasn't for this whole COVID thing. So, so the Ducks, yeah, 67 points, 29, 33, and 9 record. I mean, like, in minus 39 differential, like, these guys were doing so good, like, a few years ago, like 2017, 2018, and they just shit the bed. Like, I think this year and last year, or I don't know about last year, but this year they just tanked. Like, look at this, they're 67 points in 71 games. Like, that's horrible. All three of the California teams didn't even make it to playoffs for the new 2014 playoffs format. So yeah, for that they're gonna be going into rebuilder. I think that's fair. Arizona, again, I think another not too good team, but this year they actually came to play. I'm gonna put them in hopeful, yeah, because they would not have made playoffs either. They're literally just 7 points ahead, but like during the start, like during like mid like 50 game mark, I remember the Oilers, Flames, and the Coyotes were like in the middle. Like they were all fighting for a playoff spot. Like they were like 1 point deficits. Now the Oilers are ahead of them by 9 points. So I could see. I'll say Arizona goes. I'll say average. Arizona can go to average. Now Boston, like look at where they are compared to that. They took home President's Trophy, 100 points, led the league in points. So so they basically got points in 7 out of 10 games. Every 10 games they get points in 7 of them. So they're definitely going up into champion. Now looking at Buffalo, they didn't make playoffs either. They're 3 points out, 0.007% out of making playoffs. So I don't think they're a rebuilder. I think they're an average team. I wouldn't classify them as a rebuilder. So we'll put Buffalo down as average. But moving on to the Flames now. Like I said earlier, Flames were tight with the Oilers and the Coyotes, and they fell back a little bit. Still up there with the Oilers. They're gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna tear it up in playoffs. I know, like I'm from Edmonton. I don't really like Calgary, but I have a feeling Calgary's gonna do a lot in playoffs this year. Same with the Oilers. I feel like they're both gonna do a lot in playoffs. So, I think Calgary is definitely down and hopeful. Some people could argue they are a contender, but because they have good offense. Realistically, they have good offense like Gaudreau, Monahan, Kachuk. So between them, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Can I add one though? Wait a second. Can I add a what's it? Can I wait? Wait. I really want to add a thing. Add row below. Wait a second. No, delete that. Wait. Actually, oh, this is actually what I wanted. Why is that ahead now? There we go. And now we have in between. Alrighty, now we have, I just added that 6th row because I feel like this is, a lot of teams are going to be going in here, contender slash hopeful. So, I just wanted to put Calgary down in there. Now kind of the Hurricanes, in the standings, they weren't looking too bad. Yeah, they're right in the middle of the pack, 596 point percentage, 81 points in 68 games. That's a very solid record. Definitely going to put them down as a contender up there for the Cup. They're definitely going to be a team to watch here. Now the Blackhawks, yeah, 72 points. They made it. They didn't just scrape by. They were five extra points, and look at that point differential. So for right here, and the Ducks. So realistically, the Blackhawks, I want to put them in hopeful, but they're average. Realistically, they're average. Their team is not looking too solid. I feel like the Oilers can definitely take them down in the best of 5 series. That's going to be happening because like 12th seed and 5th seed. So yeah, but we'll have to see. So I just think Chicago's an average team. So now moving on to the Colorado Avalanche. They're second in the division, 92 points. They're 2 points at back of the Blues. So also 0.5 or 0. They're 0.005% back of the Blues of getting first in the Western. So the Colorado Avalanche will claim the champion status because I feel like they're gonna go on the tear. Like their team they have a really solid team here. Like McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog, they got one of the best first lines in the entire league. Same with Boston, like Marchand, Pasternak, and Bergeron. These two teams have some of the best first lines in the league. As well, Boston actually has good goaltending too, with Rask. Colorado's goalie. Who is Colorado's goalie? It's Grubauer? Really? Are you sure about that? Oh, we are. Okay. So it is Grubauer. Grubauer is their goalie. I thought he got traded. That's weird. Alrighty. Well, now okay. Moving on to Columbus. In the standings wise, pretty sure. Yeah. They're middle of the pack. Just like Carolina. 81 points. They have the same amount of points as Carolina. 579 point percentage though. So Columbus, like last year, they swept the Lightning in the first round, and like Columbus always just playoffs. It's 1 year on, 1 year off sort of that thing for them. Last year they were on. I'm feeling this year they're going to be off again. So like we're not talking about playoffs though. We're just talking about in gender or not in gender. Fuck, in general. And I feel like they'll definitely go into this category right here, contender slash hopeful here. Now Dallas Stars, they're 4th in the Western. And I don't know. I feel like they have a good chance for playoffs this year. I feel like they could definitely go on a roll here. I feel like they definitely get that contender status. Do I even need to explain myself for this? No, I don't think I do. The Detroit Red Wings, you're going and rebuild it. Like, come on. At least, well, actually, I don't even know how the draft lottery works. I didn't really pay attention to that, and I heard it was really confusing. So, I don't even know if they're getting Lafreniere anymore. So, but yeah, okay. So the Oilers, my team. I really want to put them in contender, but I don't think that would be fair. But realistically, it would be because I don't know. Like they're fifth in the division, so like what can you say? Like it's they're because they're realistically a contender. They have McDavid, they have Draisaitl, like Yamamoto, like he's up and coming stuff. Like they have a solid uh forward group, and defense could use some work, and same with goalies. But Mike Smith and Koskinen have been doing well this year, so that'll get them contender. I feel like that's fair, even though that could be a little bit biased. Moving down to Florida, same position as Columbus. Realistically, I feel like they're probably a hopeful. I feel like they're a hopeful. I don't they're not the best team. I mean, they just made playoffs. Same with Columbus. A lot of these teams just made playoffs, but just because they got lucky. But yeah, Florida is one of those teams where it's like, did they really deserve playoffs? Not really. So moving on to the LA Kings. I don't think I need to explain myself for these either. They didn't even make the playoffs. 64 points. Like that's just embarrassing. Realistically, yeah, come on. Minnesota, moving on now. Looking at the standings, I didn't want to do that. They're down at the bottom too, with Arizona and Chicago. So they're just an average team. They're an average team, I guess. Now moving on to the Canadiens. See, everybody's hating on the Canadiens, and realistically, I mean, look at this, 8-point difference, and they just made playoffs just because. I mean, technically, wait. They even played less games and they didn't even make it. What the hell, Buffalo? That's brutal. Okay. See, the thing is, Buffalo could have played those 2 games, and if they won those 2 games, they would have made playoffs. If Buffalo would have played them 70 points, 72. Just think about that. But yeah, Montreal, they did make playoffs. They slid by, so it's not like they're they're not that bad. So obviously we're putting them in champion. No, I'm just kidding. I think yeah, average. They're an average team. I feel like they could still be like a rebuilder, but like I see it would be fair to put them down here because they just got lucky when they made playoffs. So it would be fair to put them down there. But we'll put them in average just because they split by for playoffs. Moving on to the Predators now. They were 5 points behind the Oilers, but also could have been less than that because 2 games back of the Oilers. So, Nashville has a solid team. Nashville has a solid team. They just don't really use them. They don't really like when they come to play playoffs, and they can never make it past like the conference final. They can never do it. Actually, one year they did. Yeah, when Pittsburgh won the cup for the first time in like 16. Yeah, they did one time. But they're a solid team though. They're definitely a solid team. So we're gonna have to put them in contender. They are definitely a cup contender. So okay, moving on to Jersey Devils. Do I even have to explain this? What the hell is that? The line. They're below the line. They are below the line. They're literally the same as the Buffalo Sabres. Like it's horrible. They got 2 first-round draft picks, Jack Hughes and Heischer, and they don't do shit with it. It's kind of embarrassing. Like, okay, now moving on to the Islanders, right under the Hurricanes. The Islanders are a solid team. Even though they lost Jonathan Tavares, they still managed to pull through with the playoff spot. Would they? Yeah, they would have. See, the thing is, they would have made the playoffs. I think even without the thing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, wait. Let's say. Because wait, that's Atlantic. Metro. 1, 2. Yeah, they wouldn't have placed. They would have had like the second. They would have second wild card. They would have made it. Actually, wait. Yeah, because yeah, whatever. Yep. So I think that the Islanders could go. I think they're gonna go mid here, contender and hopeful. I think that's fair. Realistically, I think that's fair. So wait a second, Carolina, Columbus. See, the thing is, they are a contender, but no, we're gonna keep them there. Rangers, second and last. Do I have to say any more? You're average. Good goalie. Too bad he's not gonna get any cups. The king of New York, Henrik Lundqvist. He's not getting any cups. That's so stupid, though. I don't like how he's not getting cups. He deserves a Stanley Cup if he only had a good team. The Ottawa Senators. I just realized the point difference in the Red Wings. Jeez. Like the Red Wings. Do I need to say any more? Shouldn't have to. Shit team. Now Philadelphia. Fourth in the. So they're playing round robin. That definitely. Philadelphia is like. I want to put him in champion because I feel like they're definitely a good quality team. They're a quality team. But then I also feel like contender would be where they are. Realistically, I don't know. They're a champion team. I'm sorry, Philadelphia is a champion team. Moving on to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's fifth. Like I said, Pittsburgh's fifth. But Pittsburgh again is also a champion team. I'm sorry, those two teams, they're champion teams. If you want to disagree with me, you can disagree with me. But like those are my rankings. This is what I'm doing right now. Because Pittsburgh is a champion team. Both these teams are champion teams. Pittsburgh's won the cup twice, and they haven't made any adjustments either. That's the thing. Actually, they got rid of Kessel, and I think Galchenyuk. If they had Galchenyuk, I think they did. Yeah, but yeah, they have a solid team. They have a solid goalie. Same with Philly. Philly has a solid goalie, good offense, good defense. Like they're champion teams, and yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about the Sharks. Okay, so the Blues. You already know. Champion, what? Like, look at the standings. They're first in the West. Like, that deserves champion, I think. The Lightning. Again, another good team. Champion. Champion. Second in the East. Like, they're a champion team. Now, the Maple Leafs. I feel like hopeful is where they should be, realistically. Like, I know they're ahead of the Blue Jackets, and the Blue Jackets are there. But the Blue Jackets are a better team than the Leafs. I'm sorry to say that. Like, actually, no. That is not true. No, what did I just say? Sorry. The Maple Leafs are a better team than the Blue Jackets. They just don't use their team. That's the thing. They don't use their team. The Leafs have Matthews, Nylander, Marner. They have a solid goaltender. Frederick Anderson. Like they have a good team. They just need to use them more. Like they aren't doing anything with that good team. So Toronto's gonna get a hopeful down there. Because they are a playoff hopeful. The Canucks. Where are the Canucks? Oh, they're actually chilling. They're middle of the pack. I think they're dead middle. So yeah, I think the Canucks are definitely. I think they're kind of a hopeful. Because they aren't the best team either, but I'll put them in contender / hopeful. Yeah. Now the Golden Knights. This is one of my favorite teams. This is my second team. I want to put them in champion, but realistically, they aren't a champion team. They are a contender. They're a playoff contender. So I'm gonna put them in the contender. But the Capitals, they definitely deserve the champion. The Capitals are a champion team. No matter, nobody's gonna change my mind on that. The Capitals are a champion team. Last but not least, the Winnipeg Jets. Let's see where are the Jets here? Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. Definitely not bad. I think the Jets are another one of those teams where it doesn't go in contender / hopeful. It goes in it just goes straight into hopeful. I think that's fair. Okay, so we've done everything now. We've done every team. I feel like this is a fair ranking. Realistically, I feel like this is a fair ranking. The 5 teams that need to rebuild. Yeah. There's 7 average teams, 3 hopefuls, 4 contenders / hopefuls, 5 contenders, and then 7 champions. I'd say that's fair, actually. Being real. Now, some of you could say this, like, some of you could say that these 4 don't deserve that. Some of you could say that, but realistically, come on. Come on. Wait. Okay, yeah, we're good. So, let's just, like, if we're talking about that, like, that's just how it works. This is reality. This is just, again, this is my opinion, but I think this is, like, realistic how I did this. This is not, like, I did base some of it off the standings, but I did base it off, like, the regular season, because I watch a lot of hockey. So, when the regular season was actually on, these teams were, I ranked these teams based off of my opinion and my opinion of what I watch. Also on the standings, like the standings could say a lot. So, yeah. But that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed these these tier list makers for NHL, please leave me some suggestions down below what you guys would like me to rank. So yeah, it's kind of like a podcast, honestly. Without any actually, I've never even seen a podcast, so, but yeah, that's gonna be it for me. If you guys enjoyed, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel, because I upload these NHL videos, every Sunday and Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, but that's gonna be it for me. See you guys in the next one. Peace.